Jean and Alexander, I'm standing here on the corner of 2nd and Mayhall here in New London. As you can see, there's much police activity still going on behind me. They're looking more into the death of 53-year-old Sue Epperson. They're treating this as a possible homicide. Proposition just passed banning the use of ammonia in the drinking water. I'm now joined with Bob Stevenson, the general manager here. So Bob, can you tell me, how are you feeling about the results and everything that just happened?
Well, I think we are primarily relieved.
If you drive along Grand Avenue, you might not even notice, but behind all these trees is a large steel wall. Here, let me step in the shot real quick so you can see it more clearly. Jean, as you can see, it's completely empty in here, and it's been slow all day. Only a couple dozen voters are expected to show up and vote. Still, the election has to take place due to a rule in the city's charter. Here at the Canton Police Department, officers keep leaving for new jobs. Tonight, they're hoping that a pay increase will change that. Food pantries like the Madonna House here say they see a lot of people coming through their doors throughout the summer. The problem is they say they don't see as many donations coming in. The cameras turn on automatically as soon as the officer turns on their emergency lights. The camera will then start recording whatever the officer is doing or whoever they're talking to. The footage is then saved on the camera's internal hard drive for officers to go back and look at for training or court purposes. Jean, these are some of the buildings the city is tearing down. They have a lot of wear and tear on them, and the city is hoping to knock them down as a push to beautify the city and improve economic growth. Broken windows, sunken roofs, and shaky structures. That's what you'll notice on some of the buildings in Cahokia.
When I drive through, I think that's pitiful. The yards aren't kept, the buildings are all, messed up. The buildings are just there to cause trouble. It's a nuisance for animals to be in, for kids. It's a safety hazard.
That's why city officials have decided to knock them down.
They are a blight to the community, so we'd like to get them removed so that they would provide, a better looking community and then provide empty lots for future buildings, either homes or commercial buildings to be built.
16 homes and 2 commercial buildings are set to be demolished with help from a $242,000 community development block grant. The owners of the properties are sharing the expense by paying $500 towards demolishing homes and 20% of the cost to demolish commercial buildings.
We would like to see some new commercial buildings put up with a business in them that will bring people to town to do business and create some additional revenue for the city.
The city hopes this clears the way for more economic development.
To survive in this day and age, you need to have a mechanism for growth, either through business or through people.
Neighbors are just happy that it's out with the old and in with the new.
Past due, a long time overdue, finally done. I hope Cahokia becomes a new town where more people will come and we can be a booming, thriving metropolis.
The city is hoping to begin demolition this month. This graffiti is an example of the vandalism Hannibal Parks and Rec officials are seeing more often. They say cleaning this mess not only costs money, it also takes away from other projects. Broken windows, graffiti, and burglary. Those are some of the things that have been on the rise in Hannibal Parks in the past 6 months. But officials with Parks and Rec say they're not going to put up with it.
We're being very proactive about it, and we are pressing charges. We're able to find the culprits, and we are making sure that we're sending a message to vandals that we're not putting up with it.
Officials with the Parks and Recreation Department say you can't be prepared for vandalism. It's always random.
There's no rhyme or reason. It's kind of sporadic. You don't know, you can't predict when it's going to happen.
2 weeks ago, the Ramp Park was hit with graffiti, which took 2 days and 4 workers to clean it up. A few months ago, vandals broke windows at Clemens Field. When kids broke into the Admiral Kuntz Armory here last week, it took a day for the Parks Department to clean the mess up. That's a day that could have been used improving the parks. Residents say it's an uncomfortable feeling seeing vandalism.
I think sometimes it makes you a little more hesitant to be around there because you think of who might be hanging out in the same area and do you want your kids there.
Parks and Rec officials say they're fed up with the vandalism.
That affects everyone. When they're not able to use their parks because we have to close it down to clean, it affects everyone in their usage of our beautiful park.
Hannibal police say depending on your age and the amount of damage, vandalism punishments could range from a fine up to jail time. Ashley Hart, WGEM News.
Like, it's not going to be as high as
Officer Mitchell Barton patrols the streets of Canton, Missouri. He's in demand right now as the department battles turnover.
Our latest departure has left us extremely shorthanded. Officers are working overtime. We will still answer all calls. There will be no calls not answered. We will handle all investigations. It's just, after a while, it just wears the guys out.
Police Chief Ryan Crandall says he's down to just 3 officers right now. His goal is to have 5. In an effort to cut down on the recent revolving door, the city has given officers a $5,000 a year raise. That's a bump from $25,000 to $30,000.
When you're a young officer, pay is a very important part. Our benefits here are quite good, but the pay wasn't matching what the other jurisdictions were paying. So over the last several years, we've lost several officers.
Mayor Jarrett Phillips says the city has to compete with its neighbors such as LaGrange and the county sheriff's office. While the pay increase doesn't guarantee the officers will stay any longer, the chief says it's a move in the right direction.
In the long run, I mean, it is what it is. People are going to either stay or they're not. But I think that with what we offer and what we offer in quality of training, that if they leave here, it won't be because of money.
Along with the pay increase, some of the other benefits include health insurance, life insurance, and job training. To apply, you can find a link to that at WGEM.com. Live in Canton, Ashley Hart, WGEM News.